Hi, guys. I'm going to go ahead and mute you, and we're going to wait that 5 minutes before everyone comes in. I'm going to let everybody reminder that everybody that we're in, even though I sent one out already. Should be on Zoom, right? Oops. All right. The usual people are going to pop on, of course. We'll see who else comes on. I'm cooking a turkey roast in my air fryer, so I'm just watching that at the same time. It's just 7:15 now, so we do have some time to let them hop on. I wish you guys had smell of vision because this smells so good.
I'm impressed you cooked.
I stuck a turkey loin in the air fryer. Nothing else to do. Now I'm eating it. Mike won't eat it.
No,
Mm-mm. He doesn't call it cooking.
Max just sent me their dinner. Oh my God, Shannon, it looks so good.
What is it?
He made chicken Alfredo, but he used the blackened chicken. It looks so good.
What did you use for the Alfredo?
He used regular Alfredo sauce, Prego, I think it was, and he just watched the numbers.
Measured it out.
Yeah, they're measuring everything, of course.
That's the only way to do it if you're going to continue eating the foods that you like to eat.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
Well, he has my scale from when I visited him in Omaha.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if anybody else is coming on. All right, we got about 3 minutes and then we're going to get started. But of course, Bonnie's on now. All right, I have a couple of pages of notes that I took that we're going to talk about that I put together for our meeting. Two topics tonight. We have 2 minutes before it's 7:20. What are you doing? He's looking for Mike. He's going, what are you doing? All right, one more minute. Y'all get the reminder, so. Do you like all the new messages that are in the app on Sundays and the meetings and I updated it all? All right, well, I'm going to get started. So, first thing, I want to thank everybody for filling in their Sunday check-ins, telling me your wins, telling me what your challenges were, what your goal and your focus is for the week, because it helps me just understand what you're eating and what you're doing and what you're logging throughout the week because I know what your focus points are. I want you to remember as we are going through everything, just a quick nutrition refresher. Nutrition fuels energy. So if you're feeling tired, it's probably because you're not fueling your body correctly. So hopefully everybody is doing that by tracking their macros and following through. Remember, you want to prioritize balanced meals. So if you have carbs, you need to have proteins on that plate. Don't just eat carbs by itself. You can eat protein by itself, but that's not fun. So nobody's going to do that anyway. Um, think about your fiber because you want to go to the bathroom regularly. If you can't go to the bathroom, it's because you're not getting enough fiber in. Why is Carrie smiling and why is everybody looking at Carrie? Stacy's looking up at you and you don't even know where she is in the Zoom.
Max. It's Max.
Oh, it's Matt. Okay. So Max, we need to worry. We'll look at what you're eating so you can get in that fiber. So you're not, that happens to everyone, by the way. When you start a new meal program, like changing what you're eating, a lot of people just get constipated or the opposite direction. So we'll work on that. If it's the opposite direction, it's usually the protein shakes or the protein bars that you're eating that might be making you gassy or go to the bathroom too much or something like that. Um, okay. So is there one meal that you guys feel like, hold on, let me just mute. You can raise your hands. Is there one meal that you guys felt like you like rocked this week that you loved? It helped you hit your macros? Anyone? No. You guys are just boring. Yes. Okay, Max, go ahead, tell us.
We did Premier Protein pancakes this week.
Oh,
We took a little bit of like the Bisquick mix that we really enjoyed, just a tiny bit to like make the normal pancake, and then you add in like 2.5 scoops of the Premier Protein powder, and you make it like normal pancakes. They tasted so much better than the normal ones, and they were much better like protein wise.
right. Your macros were so much better and they were delicious.
Very much so.
Okay, so I need to try that. That's awesome. Thank you. Love that. I made chicken kebabs and they were so good. I didn't make them. Publix already has them made on the kebab, like the peppers, the onions, everything's already on it. And I stuck them in the air fryer and they were so good. So that was my favorite meal of the week. Um, did anyone try a new snack hack? The pancake hack is awesome. Did anybody else have a hack like that that they tried this week? No? I bought for the first time this week, I always buy Kodiak stuff, but I bought the Kodiak packets, but the blueberry packets. And I had that yesterday for dinner, lunch and dinner. I was craving something sweet, but I didn't want a whole protein bar either. So I made that and it was so good. So Mike asked me tonight what I want him to bring me back from the club for dinner. I was like, nothing. I have my pork, my turkey loin, but I might have one of those with my turkey loin. This way I can have some carbs and I'll have double the protein. Um, all right. So I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions. You can just raise your hand. Who feels like their sleeping habits are holding them back? Who does not get 7 to 9 hours of sleep? Wow, you guys are rocking it. Everybody gets 7 to 9 hours. Beautiful. Okay. At least you guys that are on here, right? And that is the goal, right? Um, does everybody fall asleep? No problem. It takes you time to fall asleep, Gina? You're muted. Hold on.
See the TV.
It takes me a while to fall asleep. I need a book or something to calm my mind down.
Okay, a book is good. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about actually. So that's awesome. I personally, I'm going to mute you one more time. There you go. I have no problem sleeping. Like I knock out, right? But I also drink extra strength sleepy time tea every single night of my life. The only time I didn't drink it was on the cruise, but I drank my detox tea because normally I drink them together. Every night. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I go out for dinner, I take them with me and they bring me hot water. A cool hack, if you guys have a Keurig machine, put your tea bags in where the Keurig cup normally goes and run it through. And it's the same thing as if you were to use like a steamer, teapot steamer. I'm huge on tea. And I really think that the sleepy time tea helps. I used to do like the melatonin and the sleeping gummy bears and all that other crap. And then I realized, I don't know if you guys remember this, I was eating like 9 gummies a night because I was like, oh, 4 for sleep, 3 for my digestion. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm wasting 36 carbs because I was eating 9 gummies on freaking vitamins. And then I just changed everything and I don't do it anymore. I actually don't eat any gummies before I go to bed at night. Okay. So sleep is super, super important for weight loss and for hormonal balance. So if you're going through perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, any of those things, if you decide to have a baby, you want to make sure you get your sleep. Poor sleep will raise your cortisol levels, your ghrelin levels, which are the things that make you gain weight, and lower your leptin, which helps you with your feeling full and satiated. So the fact that you guys are getting 7 to 9 hours sleep, you guys don't have to worry about it, but that's really a huge focus. So the ones that listen to this after the fact, if you're not getting that 7 to 9 hours sleep, that should be a focus. You guys all know I used to be an Orange Theory coach. I was getting up 3:20 in the morning. I was getting 5 hours of sleep. 5. Sorry, have a hole in my lip. I would go to bed at like 9:30 at night, but I had to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't have a way around it because I was getting home from work by 8 o'clock, or doing these meetings and then dinner and whatever. And that really did affect me mentally and physically. So it's super, super important to get that in. Also, when we sleep, helps with our muscle repair. And when our muscles repair, they get stronger, which means you have more lean muscle. And the more lean muscle you have, the more fat your body burns, right? We talk about it all the time. It's the cycle. The more lean muscle you have, that's why you want to strength train, the more fat your body will burn. And when you go into deep sleep, you will see that you'll get into more of a recovery and more of a fat burning zone. Anyone wear like the ring or look at their watch and all that? I tried to, but it made me sleep worse because I was so focused on it. But Mike does, and when he wakes up, he sleeps with his Apple Watch. He looks at his sleep patterns, which are not very good, which I really don't think you should be using it. But if you use it and it works for you, that's awesome. Another reason why sleep is important is for your metabolism and your mood. Poor sleep increases cravings of sugary and carby foods and lowers your energy level. Obviously, if you're not getting good sleep, you're tired, right? So here are a couple of tips, and I typed this up again, so I'm going to put this in the group after I post the meeting. Create a wind down routine. No screens, dim the lights, a journal, a sketch pad, maybe read a couple of pages in a book, which is why I said, Gina, that was great that you do that. Looking at your phone before you go to bed is the worst thing to do in bed because it stimulates your brain. And I know we're all like, TikTok, let me just see what's going on. You just scroll because you're in bed and you're getting ready for bed, but that is the worst thing to do. Even someone's like, well, I have the blue light glasses. It doesn't matter. It still stimulates your brain. So you're not giving it a chance to come down before you go to sleep. Be consistent with the same sleep and wake up times. Everybody here do that? No? Wow. I cannot. not be on a sleep routine. I go to bed the same time every night. Doesn't matter if we have company. It doesn't matter if there's a movie on. I'm like, peace out. Even if it's like 32 minutes left to a movie. Mike's like, you're not going to stay and watch the movie, the end? No, I have to go to bed. And then he has to turn it off because he can't watch it if I don't watch it, which pisses him off. But that is our routine. So it's super important to do that. Try not, so this is a new thing. They used to say don't have caffeine after like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're saying not to have caffeine after 2 p.m. I have a cup of coffee at 3 p.m. I drink a C4 at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Do you guys know what that is? And I drink the big cans. Yeah, I know, crazy. But I also just taught an hour spin class before I came here. So I need that energy because I've been up since 5 a.m. I trained my first client at 5 a.m. So I've been up actually since 4:20. Maximize and optimize your bedroom. They say that you should be sleeping between 65 and 68 degrees. Does anybody do that? Have their temperature at 65 to 68? We keep our house at 76. Right now, it's at 78. When Mike comes home, it'll go down to 76. We go to bed at 76. If I'm home during the day, it's at 80. Isn't that crazy? But I do need a fan, and that was something else. They say if you need a fan, make sure you have a fan. I take a fan with me on cruises because there's no fans in cruise rooms, and it magnetizes on the wall. Limit your alcohol. People always say, I'm going to have a glass of wine. It's going to mellow me out and it'll help me sleep better. It's bullshit. It disrupts your sleep patterns. Alcohol is not good for you. I don't care what anybody tells you. I can say that this week because I'm not drinking. Get back to me after my birthday in August. Okay. Avoid late meals that are heavy. So not your snack before you go to bed, because you need to have a snack before you go to bed because that helps you not be hungry throughout the night and you're not going to wake up famished. So I always suggest having something before you go to bed at night. Protein shake, maybe a yogurt, drinking yogurt, maybe a yasso bar, something that helps you stay satiated throughout the night. Chamomile tea is great to help you settle your body, not necessarily your brain, but your body is that chamomile. And that's pretty much what extra strength sleepy time tea is. Since none of you have a sleep issue, my next question kind of doesn't really relate to you, but if you're watching this on record, what is your biggest sleep struggle right now? Message me, let me know, and we're going to work through that. And if you have a sleep struggle, what is one sleep change you're willing to commit to for this week? If you don't have any sleep issues, don't even worry about it. But if sleep issues, I want you to reach out to me. Okay, I have 2 topics for this week's meeting. Okay, so this topic is because people have been messaging me about it, that they've been feeling bloated. And that could be due to constipation also, but we're going to talk about that. So 6 reasons why you might be bloated. Carrie's like, you better listen to this. I saw her settle in. And simple solutions to help you feel good if you feel bloated. So you're eating too fast. When you eat fast, you're swallowing air. That's why they tell you to slow down, which will cause chewing too fast will help you to swallow the air, which quickly causes air building up and gas building up in your stomach. Simple fix, slow down, aim for 20 chews per bite, and put your fork down in between every bite. Anybody do that? I think I'm the fastest eater in the world. Are you a fast eater, Stacy? Okay. I can sit down, Mike and I can sit down at the same time, and my food's done before he even takes his first bite. So I've learned to put my fork down, and when he picks his up, I pick mine up. He's a very good eater like that. Another reason why you could be bloated is you're not getting enough water. Dehydration slows down your digestion, which causes water retention. So if you're not drinking half your body weight in water, in ounces a day, you need to start doing that. And it doesn't have to be plain water. I never drink plain water, but I ran out of my electrolytes, so I didn't want to use Crystal Light. So I'm drinking plain water. Sometimes when you're eating too many processed foods, it will make you feel bloated. I'm the biggest culprit of that. You know that. I eat my cottage cheese with pineapple. I eat frozen meals. I eat the Kevin's chicken marsala. That's all processed food. Um, but it works for me. But the reason why it does that is because of this, the sodium. So we got to keep an eye on the sodium, and the sugar alcohols, and any additives will affect your gut health. So you just got to be mindful of it. If you are bloated, that could be one of the reasons. Maybe test it. Don't eat those things for 24 hours. A processed food is also protein bars, protein shakes, protein pancakes, protein muffins, any of those Kodiaks. I'm not stopping eating them, believe me. So I'm not telling you to stop eating those, but I'm just saying if you're bloated, that is a good reason why. If that's the only thing you think it could be. You're low on fiber, or suddenly you're eating too much. Sudden fiber increase will cause gas, and too little causes a sluggish digestion. So you got to find that happy medium, and you got to play with it to figure it out. And that, yes, I'm looking at you, Max. And that could be why. So simple fix, increase your fiber slowly. Don't automatically go up to that fiber number, which for guys, it should be between 35 and 40 a day. And then drink plenty of water, and that will help flush that out as well. If you're sensitive to certain foods, you'll know this by keeping a food journal, which is what we do. But now you should be keeping a bloat journal with your food journal. So if you're starting to notice on certain days that you're eating something that's dairy or gluten, it could cause inflammation and gas. That doesn't mean that you are gluten intolerant. So you don't have to tell people you have to have everything gluten-free. It just means that that certain food item is making you feel gassy. And they say to keep a food journal, which is what I just talked about. Another thing that is like a duh, of course, it's going to make you feel bloated, is drinking carbonated drinks. How many of you drink LaCroix, Bubblies, any of those? I used to drink like 6 to 8 a day. That was my water, basically. And then I realized, I just want to make sure. Okay. I realized that that was making me feel bloated. And obviously, it's carbonation. I didn't think about it. Didn't occur to me. But if you feel that, cut down on that. Sometimes your gut bacteria is out of balance. We hear that all the time. Are you taking probiotics? There's teas for your gut health. The detox tea I drink, it's called skinny tea, is great for your gut health. So those are great. Your stress level will increase your gut health in a negative way. So it'll increase the bad things of your gut. I couldn't figure out how I was saying that. It's being stressed out is not good for your gut. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you want to make sure that you watch that, and your quality of sleep, which we just talked about, ties right into this. If you're not getting good sleep or you have a lot of stress, you might feel that bloat. So a couple of things you might want to do is take a probiotic, try to manage your stress if you can, follow that sleep routine at night, which will help with your sleep and your stress, and that might help with your bloating. Eat slower. So this week I want you to eat slower at one meal every day. Hydrate first thing in the morning. Try to drink at least your first 64 ounces. Your first, what is this? 16 ounces of water. Drink a full bottle of water before you even get out of bed. I keep mine on my sink. So when I go to bed tonight, I put it at my sink in the morning. So after I brush my teeth, I drink my water, take my vitamins, whatever I need to do. Definitely try a bloating journal. if you are getting bloated, to figure out if what you're doing, there's a pattern. Because the pattern is going to show everything. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything in my notes. Okay, not part of our topic this week. A couple of things I want to say is congratulations to those that lost a couple of pounds. That's awesome. You should be very proud of yourself. All progress is amazing progress. And do not compare yourself to anybody else. Person you live with, someone else that's going on, that's on the program. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking at
It's my shelf.
your 10,000.
Oh, okay. It's on my shelf. My $2,000 computer. I'm using Mike's wine box to hold up my
This one.
laptop. I don't know. He was just over here crying, looking for you.
Question.
Right? Okay. Also not part of what we're talking about is next week, we're going to talk about emotional eating and strength training tips. So I will see you guys. Oh, I lied. No, I'm kidding. Why did I put that in my notes? Next week is share and tell. Bring your favorite food hack. Hopefully it won't be just the 5 of us or 6 of us. There'll be more. I'll try to pump it up over the week with little videos and stuff, reminding people about it. But it's my favorite meeting of all of them because you get to see like adding the Premier Protein Powder to Bisquick. Never would have thought of it. Great idea. So those are the things you want to bring. You already used that one, so you can't use it again next week. Just kidding. You can use it again. That counts for one of you. You both have to bring something. I usually bring a whole slew of stuff just in case. Otherwise, I'm going to let you guys go. Have an amazing Wednesday night. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of us. Not too bad out of 100 or whatever. I hope to see you guys again. Remember, always be badass and have an amazing week. Bye, everyone.